No, no good. Rabbi, while we're pausing to figure this out, if there's a bus outside, send it away.
Correct. I'll go. I'll go check.
We will not need it.
Oh my gosh.
Alana, you have done an amazing job this morning, and we knew you would. Mom and I never for a second doubted you. Despite the adjectives like boring and others, you used it. So Hebrew school taught you a lot more than you admit. If you ask any 12-year-old, how was school today? Fine. How was Disney World? Okay. Soon, one day it'll be, how was the trip to the moon? Fine. Was it bumpy? I guess. Your Hebrew school adjectives were no different. And yet you demanded to go to services most Friday nights. And God willing, that's going to begin again very soon. You started leading services with the other kids years ago already, and you got comfortable. You wanted to be at services. Mom and I are so happy. Opening a door and watching your child step through it and love what's on the other side is a blessing for us. The second Torah portion you read earlier says, a perpetual fire shall be kept burning on the altar, not to go out. This is not a Bangle song from when Jennifer and I were kids. This is what's right behind us. Well, at least it was when I wrote this before the world changed. There were rituals for keeping that eternal flame lit, even when traveling through the desert. Surely we can keep it lit under these temporary conditions. Of all of our symbolism, of all the teachings, this morning your reading introduced us to the one symbol that never gets extinguished, one we usually take for granted until now. Mom and I explained to you what distance learning was, but of course you already knew. Without any guidance, you cleaned your room, you set yourself up, and you didn't miss a beat. Our little girl was suddenly independent and settled into this new reality with grace, dignity, and with respect for how your friends and family were feeling at this time. You showed less grace, however, when confronted with the fact that how this morning would unfold, not being on the bima without your family and friends physically present. You were inconsolable more than once, but to us that meant you cared a lot. And for us, it meant that your priorities were straight and we could check off another box in the good parenting column. What we are going through right now will never be the new normal. This is temporary. Judaism will not cease. No matter how long we're away from our temple, we will continue with this technical wizardry as long as necessary. When we do return, everything will be as it was, and the eternal flame that you introduced to us this morning will be right where it always has been. And so may you, Alana, be blessed to continue this journey of a lifelong love of Jewish learning and to continue to want to be at temple, especially after we replace the chairs and the carpet. We hope that you will continue to chant Torah and dive into its meaning. We hope that you will be the kind of person always giving of themselves, whether remotely or in person. Mazel tov, and as Mom says, I love you with all of me. We love you with all of us.
Really beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Jennifer. Beautifully put. This is where we normally would have presentations, like the presentation of the Eitz Chaim Chumash and things like this. It's on speaker view, so if Jessica, normally these gifts are sitting next to you. You got to speak up to pop on screen, but like, can we pull this off?
You can.
I think so.
All right, Jess. Yeah, pass it along.
I think Alana, I think Rebecca had a few words to say.
Rebecca, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, Jess, I'm gonna pass this your way. Here's the Eitz Chaim.
Take the one from over there.
Well, there it is.
All right, our gag was kind of funny, and at least
I think you got to hand it to
I'm gonna hand it to Brian.
Brian. Brian, you got it?
it's also only works if we're in gallery view, but okay.
I don't see Brian.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Brian, you got it?
Hold on. Yeah, I thought I handed it. Here, ready? There you go. Isn't that where it's supposed to? Okay. Can you hear me? Can someone confirm they hear me? All right. Alana, Mazel Tov, very well done. I and the entire congregation are so incredibly proud of you and what you've accomplished here today. These past few weeks have been challenging for everyone, but you had a little extra on your plate getting ready for today. But leading us in services, being called to the dining room to chant Torah and Haftorah, I honestly couldn't be prouder, even if you were my own kid. And yet, I struggled with what I wanted to say to you today, because all I really wanted to do was just hug you and tell you what a wonderful young lady you are, and tell you how much I enjoy the privilege of watching you grow up, and to tell you how you make the world a brighter place with your smile and your giggles. Ironically, you were actually one of the first people we met to meet you at Temple Shalom. We were your host family when you just joined the temple. Our instructions were to drop off a welcome bag, invite you to join us at services, and a direct quote, maintain contact with the new family for a period of at least 6 months. So here we are, 5 years. So here we are, 5 years past the end of that contractual obligation. And because the smallest actions can have the largest consequences, we went from being your host family to being a part of your family. Together, our families have shared dinners, parties, text threads, and Jewish holidays. Together, our families help to bring Shalach Manot cheer to the whole congregation. There's a lot more that I would like to say to you, but I will save those final 17 pages for September.
Why does everybody say 80 pages?
17 pages. What is this, everyone?
Thank you for the photo booth pictures and for telling me that I'm special. I hope you know that you are special to me too. On behalf of Temple Shalom, I am deeply honored and proud to present to you the following gifts: the Eitz Chaim book from the temple, which we tried to pass around, candlesticks from the sisterhood, Why Hebrew Goes from Right to Left from the men's club, the teen membership certificate from the JCC, your certificate of bat mitzvah, and I believe there's a couple of extra bags of pirate booty that you have to eat before Passover starts on Wednesday. Alana, Mazel Tov to you and your entire family. You've done such an amazing job today that I think it deserves an encore on September 12th. Mazel Tov.
Thanks, Bob.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. And I believe, is Rebecca Pushkin out there? Can you speak and it will spotlight on you?
Yeah, Becky.
Alana, I know today wasn't what you had hoped it would be, but you should still be very proud. You did such an amazing job last night and today, and handled the situation with great poise. Now take a breath. We've known each other for most of our lives. You and I have been friends ever since meeting at the JCC as 3-year-olds. That is 10 years ago. Even though we're no longer in the same classes at school, I always look forward to the times we spend together, except if it's a phone call at 5 a.m. Today at school, you smile, laugh, and complain about some certain LAL and math teachers. You bring laughter and happiness into all that you meet. You're a natural-born leader and will take on your newfound responsibilities head on. I can't wait to see what the future will hold for you. On behalf of Kadima and USY, I would like to present you with a Havdalah candle and a spice box. Not sure if you actually get them or when. Oh, you have it. Again, Mazel Tov on your achievements today. You did a stupendous job. I'm so glad to call you my friend.
Becky. Thanks, Becky.
Thank you, Rebecca. Beautifully said. Alana, though I could have 18 pages, high, you know, and also have to one up everybody else. I just want to say that you really embody what I try to tell, that bat mitzvah isn't something that you have, it's something that you become. You become an individual who is able to take on responsibility for who she is and who she's going to become. And you have that within you. And I want you to remember you're going to remember this difficult period no matter what. But even what you said in that talk, which you had, as you mentioned, prepared long before all of this current crisis came on, we often have to stretch in order to treat others with the kindness that is within us. Sometimes it comes automatically, and sometimes it takes a moment. Always remember that what you taught the rest of us, that even when it takes a moment, it's our constant responsibility to treat everybody around us with love and with respect, and with the fact that they are created in B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. And through this, especially the last couple of weeks, Alana, you've shown what I and what others who have watched you known is within you. And you should always remember the resilience that is within you, the intelligence that is within you, and the kindness that is within you. You will always be able to draw on these, and you should never, never doubt the resilience, the intelligence, and that sense of chesed, that sense of kindness that is deep within you. And I want you to know, no matter what comes, that you'll be able to draw on that. There will be hard times, there are going to be hard times ahead, and you will have that. And because of that, you can act as a blessing, both to yourself and to your family, and also to all of us, in the example that you're able to set. And I hope that you are blessed to stand on a bima like the one that I'm standing on sometime in the future, and to be able to pass on to a future generation the blessings and the wisdom that you have gained and that you will continue to gain. And so I'd like to offer you the blessing that we find in the Torah, in the book of Numbers, and that has been offered millennium upon millennium to those who are in need of blessing, worthy of blessing, and worthy of blessing the rest of us. And so this is where I normally would put my hand on your shoulder. Yevarecha nai v'yishmerecha, ye'erna panav elecha v'yipeneka, yisadna panav elecha v'sim lecha shalom. May Adonai bless and protect you. Adonai's face shine upon you, and may Adonai bestow kindness upon you. May Adonai's face be lifted towards you and grant you shalom, wholeness, and peace. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
We really incredible. So one, thank you to you for your understanding and your patience through all of this, and the same to your family. And I would like to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody who is out there in TV land, and invite up our esteemed president. Jessica, I think this is your turn.
Shabbat Shalom. Alana, thank you. Mazel tov, and thank you so much for leading us today. I think that I speak for the entire congregation when I say that you really gave us something to smile about in a time that has been challenging for us all. So thank you so much for such a wonderful morning. And Mazel tov to Rob and to Jennifer. We're all so proud of Alana along with you. As far as announcements go, we have Havdalah tonight with Rabbi Sisi, and a lot going on for Pesach. Both Rabbi Dan and Rabbi Sisi will each be hosting a Seder. So if you are looking for a Zoom Seder to go to, please check your email and RSVP to them. I am so happy that all of you are here to join us. Welcome to all of our guests, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We thank you, Jessica. I want to follow up again, it's important to maintain our customs, our traditions, our routines in this time. So my routine is to put announcements on the end of the announcements and to unnecessarily repeat them. Sign up if you don't have a Seder to be at. Please feel free to join us for a Zoom Seder, I believe is the proper term. The first night on Wednesday night, Karen and I will be hosting from our home. And on the second night, you're able to be hosted by Rabbi Sisi and Gabe from their home. What we're asking is that email us or Dorit so that we know that you're coming. So I know who to tailor all of this to, so that so I can prepare appropriately. It's the worst invitation you'll ever get because you have to bring your own food. But we'll make it through it. I like to use, we'll send out a PDF as well of the Haggadah that we're using. I use a different night, which is a wonderful Haggadah with many different resources with it. I believe Rabbi Sisi will be doing the same. And it won't be the same because it can't be. But it's one way that we can connect at this during this time. So if you're in need, if you want to join in with us, please just email us, let us know. That's easy to do. And we'll have services also via Zoom and broadcast out on Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. If you need to sell chametz, also we've sent out a link for that. Rabbi Sisi, anything to add?
No, just Havdalah tonight, 8:30 on Facebook Live. BYOC, bring your own candle.
Right, it's a lot of BYOs. I think that does it for announcements. Look, everybody should take care of yourselves. It is wildly important that we follow health directives of those who know more than I do about these things. If you are an at-risk group, please take care of yourself. Guard yourself with great care. We have any number of people who are in less at-risk groups who have volunteered to help out with grocery shopping, with errands that need to be. We have college kids who have been sent home and never wanted to spend this much time back in Bridgewater in their lives, and are looking for things to do. So if you're in an at-risk group, please let us know, and we can find somebody to help run errands for you, so that we're all able to get through this difficult time. Please, please, please. And the same is true for Passover. While it's important to celebrate the holiday, don't let anything get in the way of proper caring for your health. If you have, there'll be corners that have to be cut this year in order to allow us to celebrate next year in Jerusalem, as it were. So please, please, please listen to authorities, listen to medical experts, and heed their words. It is a mitzvah and an absolute religious obligation to do so. It's a mitzvah to take care of your health, and it is a sin not to. Please. And with that, alas, not the happiest thing we can say, but that's the reality of our situation. And it's important to keep in mind. With that, I believe we get to wrap up. Alana, really, thank you for everything that you've done this morning, and for everything you do for the rest of us. Your light really shone brightly, and I am appreciative of it, for you, for your family, and for everyone who has helped make this possible. Thank you. I think we're at the end. We have to wrap up. I can't believe we're barely ending before noon.
I was thinking the same thing.
I thought it'd be like 11, but shows what I know. Alana, take us home. Adon Olam is on page 211.
Adon Olam.
Adon Olam.
Adon Olam. Vehu haya, vehu hove, vehu yevesi for Adon Olam, Adon Olam,
Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, the temple, V'zayma Shemoni Kra Adon Olam, Vehu Echad, V'yem Sheni, B'cham Shilo Yachbira Adonolam. Bali Reishi, Bali Tachli, Velo Ha'avahamisha Adonolam, Adonolam,
Adonolam.
Shem Allah.
Taramkol. Ah.
Ve'ueli v'hai goali v'tor chali v'yitzara adonolam ve'hu nisi umanosli min hakosi ve'omikra adonolam adonolam
Adonolam. Taramkol. Ah.
V'hasachol v'zay melech shemo nikra adonolam b'yado haki ruchi v'yei ishan v'ya'ira adonolam v'hi ruchi giviyati Adonai li v'lo ira adonolam adonolam
Adonolam.
Taramkol Nasa
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
We have
Congratulations.
Kiddush.
You want to do Kiddush, Alana? You got Kiddush there? What's our story?
Yeah, we got it.
We also
All
have
right. Oh, look. I like last night's Kiddush up better. Good. I'll even.
We're more prepared this morning.
Baruch Hashem. You're good. Hit me with the B'rei Pri Hagaf and let's hear it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz.
Amen.
Mazel tov. Beautifully done. Mazel tov. You can, Alana, that was awesome. Everyone can unmute, nice, can unmute themselves. Can you pass a piece of challah over to me, please?
Ooh. Pass me one.
Just as you throw it backwards. Right over.
Okay, now you gotta wait for the people to show up.
Mazel tov, Alana from the
Mazel
Loop Liner.
Park here and then-
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Oh, they're not even here yet.
Should we sign off now?
Mazel tov.
The green.
Mazel tov, Alana. You did a fantastic job.
I was in there, Julie pushed me out.
People are signing off.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Like, kneel down in front of the camera.
I typed in
You got pictures of the top left. There you are, you're in the picture.
Julie, slide over.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Watch along.
Shalom.
Shalom, you're the best.
Yeah,
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
thank you.
Oh, God.
Mazel tov, Alana. We love you.
Thank you.
Oh, she's eating.
Fine. No, I'm eating.
That's her challah.
Mazel tov.
Wait, can I write them?
Mazel tov, Alana.
Guys, Gabe put on a tie for you. Look at that.
It's
Wow.
a Gabe sighting.
Mazel tov, Alana.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, you want lunch? Fine.
Where are you going?
We're going upstairs.
You're the best. Jennifer, Mazel tov. Rob, Mazel tov. Spoke really beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
everything.
Everybody, you guys all did a great job.
Thank you. Thanks for
Except for
coming.
Torah reading,
It
Karen.
made me really happy.
Bye. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Bye.
shalom.
Bye.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom. Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, look, there's Papa.
Thank
Shabbat shalom.
you. Shabbat shalom.
Hi, Edwina.
Great job, Alana.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. You were awesome.
No, that's not. This one.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I turned my microphone. Jen, if you move in a little closer, I can take your picture together. Yeah, but I can't see me, so I don't know how I'm looking. I can see you. Robert, if you move in a little closer, I can get all three of you.
You look beautiful.
Oh, perfect. Wait, don't move. One more. All right. I'm taking orders for 8x10s, wallets, the little things to look through. No problem. Send little albums. Anyway. What?
Just gonna say I'm really enjoying the Philadelphia feel. There's a lot of Philly accents right now, and I grew up in Cherry Hill, and I miss it.
Where'd the hole go?
That's us.
We're all proud of our Philly. What can I say?
Yeah, me too, man.
We're pretty much the best people in the world.
And the Flyers were gonna win this year, so I'm like devastated by like that much of the whole.
Oh, it's not over yet.
we
Don't
can have that
win, don't worry.
conversation right now.
I know, but like, you know.
All right. We're going to leave now. See you later.
Bye.
Mazel tov to all the relatives. So
Bye,
nice
ladies.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Alana, don't drink too much wine.
Oh, yeah, I'll try.
Mom, are you on for you?
Mom, come here. I think they were asking for you.
Who?
I think Aunt Susan.
No, I was asking mom, grandma.
Oh, who's got the echo?
Oh, it's because of us. Hold on.
Well, there's two of them in the same house.
We're too close together.
Now, oh, look, Allie's here.
I'm here. My voice